It's only when no one remembers your name anymore.
Picture this. You're in this Antarctic research station in the 90s, kind of like the plot for the movie The Thing, and everything's just gone to hell. That would be Invariant. It's got rogue AI, some creepy little creatures and co-workers who are, let's just say, not doing well mentally. In this game, you're armed with some pretty wild gadgets and guns, but survival, that's totally on you. Think Half-Life vibes, but colder and just way more unhinged. It's got puzzles and a story as dark as the endless outside of this facility. No release date just yet, but it's definitely one to watch if you're into science fiction horror that makes you sweat even in a snowstorm. This one's calling your name.
So, welcome to the biggest drill in the world. I really hate when they call it that.
See, Star Citizen is possibly the ultimate space sandbox right now, offering a vast universe where you can pilot ships, engage in dogfights, trade goods, and explore uncharted planets. It's been in development for a while with regular updates, adding new features and content. The latest alpha 4th patch released in December 2024 introduced significant improvements, including enhanced graphics, new ships, and expanded gameplay mechanics as well. If you're into immersive space sim games with a focus on single-player experiences, Star Citizen is definitely worth checking out.
Contact front. Nice work.
Moving on to number 3, we've got Exodus, a science fiction adventure RPG from Archetype Entertainment, studio formed by ex-BioWare developers. It's set to launch on the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC, though the exact release date is still under wraps. See, Exodus promises a deep narrative experience, blending cinematic storytelling with player-driven choices and more. Recent trailers have showcased its visuals and introduced intriguing elements such as a new alien threat here, narrated by Matthew McConaughey. Anyway, if you're into story-rich science fiction adventures, Exodus should definitely be on your radar.
I see a lot of potential in this new partnership.
Let me light the way for you.
Target acquired.
Many thanks again for your help.
You should have been honest. This place is forbidden. The price is death.
That's what it means to be a traveler.
Prepare to deploy. Entering the hunt. Let's get you home.
We were born to do this. To hunt and fight for freedom.
You will suffer my strength before you even see me.
I am the apocalypse! They got me good. Hang on. I don't leave my partners behind. Revive it now. Let me
over.
You will face impossible odds. Remember,
Coming up behind that at number 5, we have Serial Hunter, just revealed. In this game, you're an investigative journalist by day, but when the sun sets, you become a vigilant, dishing out your own brand of justice. In Serial Hunter, you gather intel from your day job to track down criminals who slip through the cracks, and then it's up to you to decide their fate, giving them maybe just a warning or perhaps something more permanent. Anyway, this game lets you plan your moves, study your targets, and choose from a variety of tools to get the job done. Your actions have consequences, shaping how society views you, as a hero or a menace.
Okay, you better get ready, because I'm about to show you Hazelight's next co-op adventure called Split Fiction. And let me tell you this, get ready for a ride.
Oh yeah, Hazelight Studios is also back with another co-op gem going by the name Split Fiction. Well, another split-screen science fiction adventure where two game developers are just trapped in a world that they have created. In fact, once again, players will team up to solve puzzles and fight for their escape. We all know after the massive success of the game It Takes Two, the expectations are rather high. Split Fiction launches March 6th this year for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
And in order to save them, they have to escape back to reality through the very worlds that they created.
hands above your heads.
But the thing is, they're strangers, and Miyu writes sci-fi, while Zoe writes fantasy. So you will, for every level in the game, jump between a sci-fi world and a fantasy world. We at Hazelight love variation, and you'll have a unique mechanic for every level. Let me give you some examples. In this level, you start out by finding dragon eggs that hatch.
Hey, stop licking.
And then they become a little bit bigger dragons with new abilities. But in the end, they grow up to be full-ass dragons. And now, you can fly around and kick ass.
In Tiny Hero Courier, you are a courier in a miniature post-apocalyptic world, zipping through tilt-shift landscapes, delivering packages while dodging zombies and outsmarting a demanding boss. It's a fast-paced action game with a quirky sense of humor inspired by dioramas in the Love, Death and Robots episode, Night of the Many Dead, meaning you're going to be solving puzzles, navigating environments, and decide the fate of your deliveries, each with its own challenges. No release date, but it's one to watch if you're into asymmetric adventures with a dark, comedic twist. Set for a fall 2025 release, Spine just received a release window and it's now hitting PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in the second quarter of 2025. This title is a pretty slick cyberpunk gun-fu style fighting game powered by Unreal Engine 5 and promises fluid animations, some intense close-quarter battles, blending cinematic gunplay with beat-em-up mechanics. Players will follow the story of a rebellious street artist and an AI-enhanced combat implant in a fight against a powerful AI regime. Check it out, developers just released a new trailer for this one as well.
Let's welcome them properly.
Your Majesty, welcome home.
Lady Ariana, it's so good to be back after all these years.
With that being said, Elflock is another single-player, third-person adventure, and it's set for release in PC within the year. This game draws inspiration from Hungarian folklore and medieval traditions in which players assume the role of a princess returning home amidst a looming war, that are tasked with navigating court intrigues and influencing the kingdom's fate. See, Elflock emphasizes exploration, dialogues, and decision-making, offering a branching narrative with multiple outcomes in the journey. Utilizing Unreal Engine 5, this game promises some fine quality visuals and fully voiced characters, aiming to deliver a rich, story-driven game with political intrigue and personal relationships.
How? You'll need to be sharp and resourceful. If you want to uncover the mysteries of this castle, leave no stone unturned. Look into every corner. Talk to the people, get to know them, and then use their needs and wants to your own advantage. And whatever you do, always be careful around the Fae. They might seem childish and harmless at first, but they'll curse you in a heartbeat if you offend them.
That sounds like a tall order, Lady Ariana. I don't know if I can measure up to a task so huge.
You have to, Your Majesty. For if you fail to discover the treachery that eats away at the soul of
Driveloop here looks like it's going to be a wild ride when it drops in the second quarter of the year. Imagine a chaotic mashup of Mad Max and Vampire Survivors, but with just way more drifting and car combats. This game's set in post-apocalyptic versions of cities like Paris and Berlin, where you're going to be dodging, ramming, and blasting through waves of these steampunk-inspired enemies as you go. You can upgrade your car with weapons and recruit new members to help you out, plus there are some massive boss battles to really test your driving and combat skills.
In itself the complete reason for its existence. That's what I mean by a contingent being.
Dante's Ring is one of those games that just grabs you in with its mix. Part survival, another part problem solving. This game's set on a volcanic archipelago where everything's on fire, and instead of just blasting your way out, you're using cool retro gear like fire extinguishing shotguns and bomb launchers to navigate this whole madness. What's awesome is that it's not all about combat. There's a heavy focus on figuring out how to survive and solve puzzles. It's definitely one to watch when it hits early access in 2025. I'm kind of excited to see how the world unfolds here.
The way forth is long and dark. You must be most brave.
A couple of weeks ago, Legion Studios has unveiled Covenant, which is a first-person dark fantasy combat game developed by a veteran team from Halo, Destiny, Doom, and more. This game is built with the use of Unreal Engine 5. In fact, Covenant features a Souls-like and Metroidvania-style interconnected world where players explore, battle, and uncover weapons, spells, and armor. This game includes solo, co-op, and PvP modes, 1-on-1, 2v2, 3 vs 3, though still in pre-alpha. The world itself, which is detailed, atmospheric, and so much more, hints at great potential. You can just wishlist the game right now on Steam. Coming up behind that, we have Ayasa, Shadows of Silence, which this game takes you through a surreal world full of these corrupted lands, each symbolizing human emotions like hope, betrayal, and love. You play as Ayasa, trying to restore balance by solving puzzles and avoiding these threats. This game's blend of platforming and storytelling offers a unique experience where you uncover secrets of a broken world. The visuals are definitely unique and the atmosphere pulls you in for sure. It's set for a 2025 release, but you can try the demo on Steam now and get a feel of the puzzles and dark atmosphere of the world itself. Imagine this. You are a lighthouse keeper stuck on a stormy island and things are way off. That's Lighthouse of Madness in a nutshell. You're exploring, solving puzzles, and trying not to lose your mind. The atmosphere is totally Lovecraftian, complete with mysteries, whispers, and shadows that move when they shouldn't. You've got a flashlight, a switchblade, and a sinking feeling something always watching. It's coming to PCs in January this year, consoles later. If you're into psychological horror, this is the game that'll keep you up at night, possibly even more. And last but not least, we've got Prisma, the latest project from Dreams Incorporated. It's a 2D Japanese-inspired RPG that pretty much masterfully blends Persona-like mechanics with Latin American folklore. You assume the role of Alma, a Colombian journalist who, upon discovering a magical prism shard and an old camera, is transported to this realm inhabited by alternative versions of herself. In fact, the game's innovative turn-based combat utilizes a camera lens system, adding depth to the battle as well. With plans to launch a Kickstarter campaign in 2025, Prisma is poised to captivate RPG enthusiasts seeking a fresh, rich experience.